Hello and welcome to this pick a card reading for November. This will be your November forecast to offer you some insight and guidance and clarity into what the month may have in store for you. Just to give you some insight, just to see how we can assist you the best way possible. And when I say we, I mean me in spirit, as I am translating messages from spirit. There are 4 piles to choose from, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So pause the video, take a moment and see which one you're the most drawn to. This is where you will find your messages for the month of November. Please remember this is a collective reading going to multiple people, and although themes may resonate completely, there are maybe some aspects of what I say that may not. Take what resonates and leave the rest, because this is aimed at so many people. If you want something that is precise and in-depth for you, a one-to-one reading is the way to go. My details are in the description box below if you would like to book one. And I would also like to give a shout out to a wonderful human that gifted me this beautiful deck. The one we are using today is the Priestess of Light Oracle, and it was gifted to me through my Amazon wish list, which is a way in which you can thank me for what I do, but you will also receive a mini reading if you contact me once you have purchased. Just send me a message and we will get that sorted. Right, without further ado, I will stop and we will get into your readings. I will see you there. Hello pile 1, welcome to your reading. If you picked these cards, this is your month of November forecast, and we have Soul Radiance, Phoenix Rising and Hidden Knowledge, Akashic Records, Silent Understanding. So with Phoenix Rising, that offers Phoenix rising from the ashes element here, but there's something to do with this like link into the shadows, but it coming to light. This is how it feels. It's through that hardship, through that darkness, that this uprising has occurred. And then in turn, because this is always that cycle that goes on, like we're in the darkness, we rise up from it, we gain this wisdom and knowledge from that experience, and then the cycle kind of goes again and again. So it feels like a month of coming into your own, really rising up from all that you have had to burn down, bridges you have had to burn down, cords cutting, lessons learned, whatever it may be, or any and all of the above. But there is this uprising of you really finding that comfort and joy and peace within that then radiates outwards, the truth of your soul. And with it, this hidden knowledge here, this wise wisdom, this crone energy, just kind of like, this very much feels like a soul up leveling, where you truly understand the purpose of what it is you have gone through, but also the lessons become like etched into your skin, like they are, you learn them in a way that they become very, very permanent. And this is why your soul can like shine through. So when I said etched on skin, it made me think of tattoos, and then that image came through like someone like with tattoos on their skin, but then this light like radiating out through those scars. So it's that Chiron wounded healer aspect. You shine from your wounding, you shine from your scars, because you learn. So it's very like a beautiful month for you in regards to this up leveling, something having reached a completion stage where you really truly do rise up. Right, let's see what the tarot has to say for you. We are in the position where, because you're the first ones, I've not actually picked which card decks I'm going to use, so let's see what the tarot has to say for my group ones for November. Let's get some greater insight. There's a card on my foot and I definitely want it, so oh no, that whole pile can stay on the floor though. So we have the moon and the sun, that beautiful masculine and feminine side by side here for you. And there is this like this shift from then that it's like inward to the outward. That's the initial feel, and that's this uprising, this soul radiance, this brightness, and then it's like from this. And this, your moon, the moon in tarot is your subconscious, it's your intuition, it is the feminine. The moon is ruled by Cancer, it's got this motherly, nurturing energy, and it's just our inner tides. This is where there's little crabbies here. And this very much feels like this shift from all that you have learned, all that you have been going through, whatever emotional turmoil you have been going through, into this radiance, this phoenix uprising, this up leveling, the sun, because the sun is all about this warmth and positivity and joy. It's very outward, like this is the masculine, this is the feminine, so inward, outward. And there very much feels like this shift and this uprising of you. And then here with the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Swords is a good communicator. He is moving forwards and wanting to communicate his ideas, his thoughts. He's standing strong. He's like unshakable, unmovable is how it feels. It's like he won't be swayed. He's not easily swayed. There's this like, and also for you, he, she, they, there's this clarity, and this will be this hidden knowledge, this silent understanding, and this is why there's such strength in your uprising. That this Knight of Swords is unwavering, unshaking in his thoughts and his opinions, but in a sense of, not in that sense of like you just always have to be right. It's not that. This is not ego, this is not a negative. This is saying that things land in such a way for you this month, and have been because of the experiences you've been through, as you turn this inward journey and uprise through this soul's growth. This, it very much feels like you would have been through a dark night of the soul or very Chiron-y journey of late, and if not even potentially into the beginning of November. I am filming this a bit late. It is the 3rd of November. I haven't had a chance to do it. We have a full moon on the 5th. I'm talking UK time, and this is like a big release at the beginning of the month. So it feels as if this could be that turning point where that final release starts. So it's very much the beginning. But this Knight of Swords is in that regard of the lessons you have learned through this dark night of the soul, through this journey, mean that you really stand in your truth, in your power. You have a courage and a fearlessness that you didn't have before, because you've been down into the depths of the underworld and dealt with this 3 of Swords. You have had to deal with pain and sorrow and heartbreak and grief, and whatever this looked like to you. And so you are unwavering in the knowledge you have gained. And so there's this strength. So you are able to move forwards and speak and think with greater clarity than you've ever been able to think before. And that's what I mean by unwavering. Like I said, not ego, just courage, bravery, certainty. So if you were an anxious person or an anxious thinker, or always needed other people to confirm your thoughts before actioning something or anything like that, I'm not saying it will completely disappear 100%, but there's going to be great grand shifts in this where you will just trust yourself a lot more, and in that, like, you will not be able to be swayed against your soul's truth. Let's get some more tarot for you. This one. Okay, so we have the 7 of Cups in the reverse. And this is a card that talks about temptations. It can talk about things that are trying to get you off track. So pay attention to anything that pulls at your heartstrings this month in regards to that, in regards to those diversion tactics and temptations and illusions that will not fill your cup. It's upside down. So even if you feel like it will, like whatever fills into that cup is just going to fall straight out. So just pay attention and be really, really, this is that clarity of mind. And then with this, because it's the heartscape, there is that element here of like someone being able to pull at your emotions, and the greater you can stand in strength and work that with the sword element, your mind, let your mind and your heart really unite, then this won't work on you, and there'll be all the more uprising. This is more to drag you down, so just be aware of this. It's just something to note through the month. Because then we also have the Ace of Swords, which is this like aspect of this new beginning, in that like breakthroughs and mental clarity. So it's here again, and this is the uprising element. This is your soul's growth, and this is here within the moonscape, within the subconscious. So this is the bit where we just really need to ensure that we are not being fooled in any way that could pull at our heartstrings. This will be the thing to really put to bed, and potentially work with this on that full moon to release. We have the Nine of Cups here in the reverse underneath that Knight of Swords, and this is just tying into this for me, because both of these cups are upside down, where the, you know, if you were to put water or wine, whatever you want, in the cups, it would come out. And it's a card that talks about being dissatisfied, and potentially it's this element here of this illusions, like anything like this, that this aspect here, this heartscape, there's going to be the mental clarity, and what we will need to work on is refilling your heart space, refilling your cups. But initially, don't be fooled by anything, because we need to like shift and have this new start here, and then the element to work on, because it's these two things surrounding this Nine of Cups here in the reverse, which talks about this dissatisfaction, will then be to action that, get that heart into a space where you are a lover, a believer, a dreamer yet again. Whatever this is stripped away, this heartbreak, this pain and this sorrow that has taught you lessons and has been part of this soul's growth, so that's beautiful. But there still is this element coming through of you still needing to refill your cup, refill your heart space, like really some TLC and melding. Although there's this soul growth and this uprising in a very outward way, there's still tending to on the inside that needs to occur, so you really are emotionally fulfilled. And that's confirmed again with the Empress in reverse, because this talks about blocks, and within the divine feminine, like she is the divine feminine in the upright, that's how we want her, where she is abundant and nurturing and like just completely sat in her power. And in the reverse, it's just saying that like that's that element, is like really needing to refill that divine feminine aspect of self. It's like this part has like emptied it out and stripped it, which is how you've left the shadows, because there's this uprising phoenix rising from the ashes, but then there's this refilling element. But you'll be able to do it with such greater clarity, because you're going to have such clarity of mind. So just really, really trust in that, and just like, yeah, action this as best you can. Right, let's get you some more cards for the month of November. We have Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations and divine plan. And we have trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? So this is this nurturing aspect, which this like confirms this follow through of the Empress in the reverse. So we've got the grandmother, the mother, that maternal energy coming in, that we really need that divine feminine, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. This is this new start, this new beginning. We really need to nurture it. We really need to nurture you, by as your light has risen through this process, as you uprise, it's like you bring it outward and it's like shining brightly out, and then almost like, and then we need to, as it said, seeding the light, seed it, plant some of this, lay the foundations for this onward motion. So we will, after November and December, we go into the winter solstice. We go into that winter hibernation period, which is the dreamscape. So what I would do is start thinking a bit more long term, like think of your plans through the winter, but for that bursting forward in spring. Like, so think a bit longer in regards to this. And then we have trust the niggle. What is that niggling feeling trying to tell you? You're going to have such great clarity of mind, but until we refill that heart space and get this completely aligned this month, there'll be more of a struggle, because our heart space truly is that intuition. Our mindscape is very logical. So really work on this and refilling those cups and really getting into a space of feeling fully satisfied. And then that will really help with the niggle. The more that you lean in and do that feminine healing and that self-care and rise that up, the niggle will be easier to understand. It's very much the divine feminine healing aspect of stuff that will really help you this month. Let's get another card. We have calendula, purity. So for one, I love the fact that it is card number 1. This Ace of Swords is very much this new beginning, this little baby, naked baby here. It's full of joy, warmth, this brightness, this soul radiance, this lit up, like this is all really like beautiful. So calendula is sunshine. It is pure sunshine in a herbal form, and I do very much recommend it for tapping in and really utilizing this space, this month, this energy for yourself. And with that purity aspect, it very much linking into that like new beginning, being reborn, especially with that little figure here. And there's this pathway to this door, but this is that aspect of this, what's this niggling feeling trying to tell you as you fill your cup and as you trust that niggle, this is how it will get you, this seeding the light, laying foundations. It will get you to this door. This door very much feels like I said, spring to me. That's what keeps coming through, is spring, 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 and that spring even into summer aspect. So we're playing the long game here, unless you're listening to this on the other side of the world, in which case obviously you are upside down from us and you have got the seasons the other way around, so it will fit differently for you. But yeah, I definitely recommend this. Please reach out if you would like a herbal blend specified for you, made with it. I would absolutely love to get that sorted for you. Final cards for you. We have Numite and Black Dahlia, the Void, and then the Empress Tree Catalyst for change, out of the darkness into the light, this uprising of you. There very much feels like there's something here in regards to, because a lot of this has felt like this card should have been here and this card should be here with the kind of way things are. But I feel like it's that, like I said at the beginning, that coming full circle aspect where this rising up gives you this knowledge and this understanding that it's like, it's just that loop where we just cycle, but it's like you're cycling up and out the shadows, so out of this void space. But with this coming out, very much feels like it could still be there, it's still present with the moon here at the beginning of the month. But and then we really root ourselves down and ground ourselves, laying the foundation, seeding the light here for clarity, freedom and abiding, so that we can rise up. And look at this explosion of this purple here, which is resonant of this trust the niggle. So you will rise up in such power, you'll be so full of it, like it explodes outwards. So your intuition's really going to land. Just ensure that you fill up your cups, fill up your heart space. And one of the easiest ways to do this is self-care practices. So look after yourself, tend to yourself, spend time alone, journal, have bubble baths, go for nature walks, whatever it looks like to you. Just really honor it, really honor yourself for this month. Right, I will leave it there for you, pile 1. Please comment, like, share, subscribe, do all of those things. I truly appreciate it. And if you would like a one-to-one reading or any of my other services, then my details are in the description box below, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello, pile 2. If you picked these cards, this is your reading for the month of November, and we have angelic assistance and friendship, divine guidance, loving support, and then support, fun, unity and play. So it's twofold. We like with this support that you're receiving, like from spirit, from your angels, from your guides, like, so from the beyond. And then also on the humanly plane, there's just a lot of support coming through for you this month, where it's just offering you a space to be able to see the landscape before you and all that it has to offer you in a way that you haven't been able to see for a while. That's the message coming through. that this assistance and support is coming in to really guide you through what would have been a dark space you are still in, or dark space you are coming out of. But it's really there to lift you up. It's that light that I'm being shown Hecate with her torch, like illuminating the shadows of the underworld. So there's very much this like beacon, there we go, beacon of light, beacon of hope coming in, and with it being held near you, with this light being shone, it's allowing, this is the image coming through, like your eyes to readjust and actually be able to see like a landscape, like see a vista. Because I'm focusing on this figure and it's like she's looking out and I can like see a, to be fair, kind of looks like it's either like the Grand Canyon or somewhere in Arizona, if it's not even that, just this vast landscape and this feeling of possibility, this feeling of not being so isolated, not being so trapped, not being so lost coming through. So let's get some tarot for you to delve in a bit more. So start there with the Six of Swords. Actually, it feels like I need to say of this bracketing here, this swords and swords bracketing either side of this, both in the reverse. But we will start with the Six of Swords. The Six of the Swords, that's a weird way to say it. Six of Swords is a card about like heavy baggage, a heavy load, and an inability or an unwillingness to move on. Because the Six of Swords is a card that is all about transition, a rite of passage, and there's a resistance to it here. And this very much feels where this is upside down, that your emotional landscape here is weighing so heavy and you're kind of getting lost in that water. You're getting lost in the subconscious, you're getting lost in illusions, you're getting lost in fears and anxieties and all the pressure of this, whilst you are within this dark space, whether you are in a dark night of the soul or just within your shadows. It very much feels present. And then this here is the light coming in, this light coming in this month to show you the light. We need to tip the ship the other way so it can set sailing. This is what we need for you. This is what we want for you, because you're currently stunting your next journey. It's in block. But I want to come here first to the Two of Swords in the reverse, with this confusion and this indecision. And this is this weight of the swords and this weight of your emotional landscape. And it's bracketing this because it's something that is weighing heavy and weighs heavy. But it's like, this is the bracket and this is the support coming in. So in regards to this rite of passage and this transition, the light coming in to shine its way in the darkness to get your ship the right way up is from spirit. This will come through intuition. This will come through your guidance of like out of this world. That support will come in this way, and that's what will help here. What will help with indecision and confusion and like just your actual like real humanly anxiety and worry and being stuck in the mind is very human. It's your friends, it's your support networks, it's your therapists bringing in this support. And then this other aspect of it that will really assist from this support that the friends are showing will either be in fun, playful ways, like they're going to get you out and doing something because it will just shift your energy. And if it's not that that's what they're doing and offering, I recommend planning that yourself with your friends, doing something that offers a bit of inner child work and play here. Because this main focus here, you're blocking here this new journey, you're holding back from taking this new venture, you're holding back from this next heroine's journey. And that's because you need to go through this rite of passage first. So whatever this emotional heavy landscape is within the shadows really does need to shift and be let go of, so that your fool can get the right way up and be a free spirit and off he trots on his new beginning, or their new beginning. And then we have the Empress here, beautiful power, like power position in the upright, the divine feminine, like abundant, nurturing, compassionate. Just this is what's kind of here and on offer to you once we shift through this, is this like real divine feminine embodiment of self, a real true comfort, this weight of this anxiety and emotional stuff here will clear and ground, and you'll really light up, spark up, rise up in ways that are really organic and natural to your soul, to your being. Let's get some more tarot for you. Okay, beautiful. So here, the Four of Cups in the reverse. This is a card about missing opportunities and like not paying attention to the cups that are on offer to you, because there is a need to meditate and contemplate and reevaluate and be with the weight of this emotional landscape here. So this is what need like, and this water and this water, at least watercolor bracketing here either side. So very much lean in and deal with your emotional landscape, your emotional upset, your emotional hurts, any grievances, anything like that in that part of your subconscious, because it feels like you're drowning in it. The light's coming in, it will take you out of that drowning, but that the work still needs to be done. And then we have the Three of Wands in the reverse, and this talks about delays and obstacles to any long-term goals. And it's coming under the Fool, which is the one where you are holding back, like, and because this is not in like position yet, so there is that delay, there is this like obstacle. So this is the stuff to overcome. This is the stuff to really work through. You need to overcome the obstacles, and the obstacles are in the healing that is yet to be done. Especially here, the Three of Swords under the Empress. So the Empress is this beautiful, like reigning supreme in all her glory above the card of pain and sorrow and heartbreak and grief. So there is showing clearly this rising above it. And then we have the World as well. We're showing this completion stage. And the World, this is the last card before we get to the Fool, the right way up. So it's indicating it's here and it's on offer to you. It's just this healing aspect that is very much required. The work needs to be done by you, but you have support in all forms to get you to where you need to be. So just really lean into that, lean in and trust the process, but do the work. Let's get some more cards for you, pile 2. We have the Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive Hits and Soul Tribe. Another one of that like support coming in. Soul Tribe. A gathering. So really trusting in this process, and then birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. So this death and rebirth, but you really have to allow the death aspect to happen, to occur, to come through. And that will involve sitting with some discomfort, sitting through the pain and sorrow, so it can really work its way through. But you are going to rise above it. But there's just a bit more. I feel like I've already been doing so much bugger this, like it's just a bit more to do. Really interesting. If you were drawn to pile 1, maybe there's something there for you. This is the exact same card that came out for them, but I love it. It's number 1. It is that fresh start. It's the beginning of a journey, this being reborn, this little baby figure here with purity. So like that death, rebirth, you know, like that pure innocence coming through, and so much light and brightness and just joy and positivity in this card. And you could also potentially use calendula as a herb this month, as plant medicine. It's a beautiful one to work with. If you would like a personalized herbal blend made up especially for you, please let me know. I would love to do that for you. Let's get some final cards for you, pile 2. So green epidote and star jasmine, restructure, identifying, reframing and enhancing, and secret garden, sacred space. Cultivate your space, inner beauty and self-care. So green epidot is a funky crystal in regards to, I don't actually recommend using it that much because it's really powerful, but it can also be trickstery in the sense that if you're not in a really positive state of mind when you use it, it will really heighten the negativities. So definitely one to be careful with. But this is all about this restructuring, identifying, reframing, and there's this like beautiful little white, I guess the star jasmine here around, that looks very pure and innocent, that coming through again, this being reborn, identifying, reframing and enhancing, because things need a new structure. But you have to enter through this rite of passage, and some of the resistance you might be finding in going through this rite of passage is that you don't want things to change. You've become comfortable in the discomfort, and you're just going to have to find a way to accept that change. And it really is for your uprising, it really is for your benefit, pile 2. So do trust in it if you can. Secret garden, sacred space, this doorway, there's a doorway here, this doorway that is on offer to you. Cultivate your space, inner beauty and self-care, because this is working on this water, this divine feminine aspect of self, this cleansing, this clearing. And to do so, you really have to go inward and go to the internal to shift these things, and trust, because you've got this great support around you in all forms. If you need any extra assistance in regards to this, please reach out. This is what my services are for. I am there to help you work through these things, give you the support, give you the encouragement, help you to find your path, to find your way out of the darkness. Right, I will leave it there for you, pile 2. Please comment, like, share, subscribe, do all of those things. And if you would like any of my services, my details are in the description box below, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello, pile 3. If you pick these cards, this is your reading for the month of November, and we have for you hostilities, conflict and unrest, and then power over difficulty, reclaiming your power. So bit of discomfort here, but I feel like, especially with this full moon then behind, this will be shifting within the month of November in regards to, we have a full moon on the 5th. I'm filming this on the 3rd. I'm a bit late with my November forecast, apologies. So this conflict and this unrest, I feel like you will really see that movement and shift, especially if you work with it on the full moon. So very much utilize that energy and like release off what does not serve you, write it down, burn it, however it works for you, because here the power over difficulty, reclaiming your power, is there very much this uprising of you, but it feels like it's very entangled. This like it feels as if you'll remain in, I don't want to say the shadows, and I can't think of another way to put it, but it's not, that's not feeling right. There's just this tangling, and although you are going to reclaim your power, you're still going to be very much wrapped up and tangled within this in November, like whatever this is. So release off, there is this conflict, this unrest, but the threads of this, so it's like, even like you release what doesn't serve you and you put it to bed, and I don't know, you say you make your peace. If you've fallen out with someone, say you make your peace, but the threads, energetic threads, and the tangling of energy fields, or your own, like, you know, yourself with your own psyche, whatever it may be, like that still stands, and that is still part of this that you're tangled in. That's why I say it's not, doesn't feel, it may have elements of the shadows, but it doesn't feel like you're stuck in the depths of the underworld. It doesn't feel like you're stuck in the shadows, but there's still a lot to untangle, there's still a lot to unweave, and throughout the month, but then it feels like ongoing. It won't just wrap up in November. Let's see what the tarot has to say for you, pile 3. Ooh. We're gonna go, okay, we will go with that. So we have the Four of Swords in the reverse, Judgment, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and Temperance. So yeah, a big month for you with 3 major arcana here. And let's start obviously at the beginning with the Four of Swords in the reverse, and this is a card that talks about burnout and lack of progress. And this could be where this conflict and unrest is coming through, that you've been trying and battling and like nothing, your communications aren't getting through potentially, or it's just like your anxieties aren't like shifting, that unrest in the mind, because this hostilities, like I said, could be conflict with a person, or it could also just be conflict within your own mindscape. It could be absolutely unrelated to anybody else and just be you in your own mind. But we have here the Judgment card, and Judgment is, as it says on the tin, Judgment, it is an absolution. It is this card that is coming through and asking you, are you stood in your power? Are you stood in like the truth of your calling? Like angels shining down from above and heralding that judgment call on you. And I don't know, like there's in the Rider-Waite Tarot, there's all these naked people like looking up at this angel that's coming out of the sky, and I always view it as in like they're being judged as like, will, like I always view it, and I don't know if I'm even right with this, but are you going to heaven or are you going to hell? I'm not saying I believe in heaven and hell, but this old depiction type of thing, like are you in your calling? Are you following your soul's path enough? Are you following your truth enough that if that judgment call comes, you're going to be judged well, like because you will be judged accordingly. And with this is power over difficulty, reclaiming your power. I think this comes in regards to these aspects here. This, because this is positive, this is in the upright, this judgment call's coming in to give you the kick that you need to highlight to you your resistance to change and the cycles that you are yet to break, that you really need to break, and where you are really, really highly imbalanced, and where you need realignment, and you need to heal self, and you need to be done with any excess baggage that does not serve you. So this is a great omen in regards to, it's going to highlight some really uncomfortable things. And I think this is what I mean, but this is, you're not in the shadows, but there's this weaving here. So it's almost as if I feel like the big thing gets done earlier in the month for you, but the judgment call coming in is really highlighting the threads and the patterns and the deep weaving of things within you that need to be untangled, so that you really can reclaim your power and really can rise up. Like, you're not out of the trenches quite yet, but you're definitely not in the underworld either anymore. So yeah, there's a lot of discomfort, but it really is, for one, divinely orchestrated. It's really your path to get you into your power, and you truly will be. It's those first stepping stones, but you will have to put in the work. You can't just be like, oh, well, now I see all my negative patterns, or now I see how my trauma affected me in this way, and then not do anything about it, because you'll end up repeating the same cycles. With this resistance to actually changing, and you need to change and break the cycles. So let's get you some more tarot. Whee! Ooh, those two. Okay, so we have the Page of Pentacles in the reverse to start us off. And the Page of Pentacles is a card in the reverse that talks about a lack of progress and planning and being so focused on the short term that we are not like being able to see the longer implications of things, because Pentacles is like slow in speed, and so this is like long-term thinking. And I think this is it, like you've dealt with this bit and it's almost like you're gonna be like, oh, it's all done. And this is very indicating no, it's not. And if you stay in this sort of energy where you will for one burn out, but you will just, it's just not serving you, you will not start moving forwards. What you need to do when this judgment call comes in is sit in this Queen of Wands energy. Queen of Wands energy, she is confident, she is determined, she is strong, she is sure of self, and you need to sit in that sort of power when this judgment call comes in, and know you are strong, and know your strength, and know your abilities to overcome this power over difficulty, to overcome the difficulties, to be able to untangle these threads. Like, think of it like those, like when you get your Christmas lights out and they're all tangled, or at least mine are, because I'm not clever to pack them away in a that would, you know, like be easy to untangle. And then you just look at them and you're like, I can't do that, that's going to take forever. Like, it's like the most impossible task, and it's the most frustrating thing in the world. But time spent and dedication means you can get there and get Christmas lights up all nice and pretty. Then the thing to learn will be to put them away better in future. But I don't do that anyway. Sit in this power, sit in this, because this is what's going to assist here with this Four of Wands. And this is a doorway through to harmony, and it's a celebration, because it's going through to whatever that harmony looks like to you, in regards to, it can be like marriage and home and community. It's usually like depicted as fairy tale castle in the background. So sitting in this power is what will help get you towards this doorway, and will help you shift out of these bad cycles. So sit in this when judgment call comes. Break old cycles so that you can actually go towards the doorway of your own happiness, of exactly what it is that you want, this harmony where things, when you plant things, they bloom and they grow. Because what's really causing this like imbalance is the Five of Pentacles here, and this is this like insecurity, this poverty thinking. So say your situation is a partner or an ex-partner potentially, where those threads and this tangling, like, so say it's done, it's ended, maybe it's ended already, or you end it here, full moon, and you're like, yeah, I'm done with this conflict, I can't deal with these hostilities anymore, done, here we go. But if you haven't really put it to bed and broken the cycle completely by dealing with the threads, then there's this like element here of that you'll always get sucked into this poverty thinking of, I need that, I'll never find anything again, so I'll go back to that because of fear. But if you deal with that poverty thinking, what's at the root of that poverty thinking? That is it that you feel like you'll never be loved again, that nobody will ever want you, that you don't deserve love, or like, what is like, it's going to the threads, it's going to the roots. So this is just like some deep work for you in regards to ensuring you can actually walk towards sanctuary, walk towards this doorway, walk towards home and welcoming and warmth and homecoming. Get yourself back into balance, do the healing, do the work. Right, get some more cards for you, pile 3. We have dance with life, do something to change your energy. We need to break these cycles. These figures here dancing before this doorway. There's definitely this element of getting you towards this doorway to this new vista, but it's in that untangling. And what a beautiful way to untangle yourself as to dance. Dance with that fairy lights as you are untangling them. Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change. See things with clarity. Truly look at the situation with honesty, yourself with honesty. What is not aligned and needs to change. This is part of this defragmenting, unweaving for you, because you really truly need to break out of the old cycles and the old ways of being, because they are not serving you and they are preventing you from going towards what it is that you actually want. Then we have 15, Yarrow, harmony. Bring in harmony, this balance. With that Temperance, with the imbalance there. Balance is key for you this month. Realigning, getting yourself back into harmony. So utilize Yarrow. It will really help you. And then also we have here Venus. So Venus is the planet of love and beauty, and like it's artistic, so dancing, but also it's just healing, self-love. Really nurture yourself and bring yourself back into alignment. Just do the work. Saying like it's so simple, but that's just the words that keep going around my head. Just do the work. Just, I think maybe a consistent reminder of yourself that nothing will change in this unless you do the work, unless you put the effort in. So just keep reminding yourself that you have to, and it will truly be worth it. We have rewilding here with Amber and Dawn Redwood, and this card always makes me think of the Nine of Wands, because these are like 9 wands surrounding that bit of amber. And the Nine of Wands is a card about grit and perseverance and pushing through and just keep on going because you're so close. You're almost at 10 and that's completion. It's a 9. So like, just keep on going. Yes, I know you've been through the wars. You've been through Ace to 9 of wars. And you've got a little bit further to go yet, but you're almost there. That's how it feels to me. Also, spend time in nature and yeah, lean into your wilder, more organic truths and lean into the truth of your soul. What will help you untangle this mess is your truth. And then we have Pixie Helpers and Green Adventuring. Not all wanderers are lost. So if you don't have it all together, that's fine. This is in the untangling. You won't be lost forever, I promise you. Clearing the way, luck and opportunity. Because you are clearing the way towards your luck, your opportunity, towards your sanctuary, towards this homecoming. You are clearing the way to find the key. There's a key hidden under here to all that you want. So really, really trust, but you have to, butterfly here, you have to transform first. And then to do so, you have to break the cycles and you have to do the work and you have to do the healing. Really trust in yourself and just put the effort in. It will be so worth it, I promise you. And please reach out if you need a bit of assistance with this. It's literally my job. That is my soul's purpose, is to help you in these moments. So through energy work or a one-to-one card reading or mentorship, whatever it may be, we can definitely help you. And I would absolutely love to. So I will leave it there for you, pile 3. Trust in yourself, believe in yourself. You have got this. I know it feels like an uncomfortable month, but just trust. Trust, believe, and do the work. Yeah, I will leave it there. I'll see you in the next reading. Hello, pile 4. If you pick this card, this is your reading for November. Let's see what we have for you here. We have a circle of eternal joy, timelessness, dance of life, and sensuality, feminine wisdom, and passion. There feels like a very much this, she's feeling very high priestessy to me. And the high priestess in tarot is the keeper of the divine feminine, the sacred knowledge, the intuition. And then we have almost, in fact, both, like this was high priestess and then the empress here, because the empress is the divine feminine, but in a more physical embodied way. This is much more about like nature and abundance and nurturing the sensuality, the earth, the pentacles here, and then you have the water here with the high priestess. So both the feminine elements, and this like very much in their comfort, in their power points, in their power positions. So it feels like a very, very, very big divine feminine heavy uprising for you this month, especially with circle of eternal joy. It's like bringing in that element of like this being a positive, a joyous, a complete. Something is completing, something is coming to completion, and you're being able to integrate it in a way that is going to bring you a level of satisfaction throughout the rest of your life that you've not felt before. And I'm not saying you will be happy and satisfied every single day, because that would be ridiculous, but that just feels like this like up leveling, where it is an up leveling that is like really, really landing in a way that will that cannot be moved or shifted throughout the rest of your life. It's just like you raise the bar to a certain level and then that will just stick, which is just a really, really beautiful feeling. And I really like this knowledge coming in, but then it's also really, really embodied, where you're really becoming into yourself, into your sensuality, into your body more, really be feeling like more, and bringing this divine sacred knowledge down into like literally into your toes. Let's get some tarot for you, pile 4. It's too, oh, okay. It's more cards than I would have wanted. So we will just see how they're kind of wanting to come through for you. We're going to do that. That's what we're going to do. So the Page of Swords in the reverse. This very much feels as if there is this, like, the baton is being passed down. That's this figure, like, through spirit is passing you this sword, and the sword being of, like, clarity and this wisdom, and that, like, a warrior, like you're really being, like, this up leveling, this uprising, and you're being passed the baton. That's how it feels. This feels like you're being passed the baton. And then we have Justice here, and this is all about justice. It's all about equality. It's all about fairness. It's about truth. And there's this, like, things coming into alignment, things coming into balance. And I feel like this is that raising the bar, that up leveling part here. And then we have the Chariot in the reverse, and this is a card that talks about needing self-discipline. So something to focus on this month will be that aspect for you. Focus on self-discipline. Ensure that you have it and are utilizing it, because it's going to be really, really important for the longevity of this divine feminine, like, uprising for you. And then so that you can venture off, this Knight of Cups trotting off in this direction. This is the hopeless romantic of the deck. Wears the heart on their sleeve. They are, like, full of imagination, full of creativity, full of love and lust in that way. And off he trots, and it's like, and the cow flew over the moon. Is that a nursery rhyme? But that's what just came into my head. So it just very much feels like this really, really dreamy month in that regard, because there's such a high energy, and that, like, over the moon, whatever I just said, with this sensuality, just feels like a very joyful ecstasy. Everything's going to feel really lovely, and just really, like, I mean, just embrace it, just enjoy it. Like, when this stuff comes through, like, yum, really, really enjoy it. And that could be why, so for every other pile they had a whole line here, and I'm not going to do it because we're actually just going to stick with this last one that came out, which is the Ace of Pentacles, which is a new beginning. It's like literally like this being passed down, things like aligning. And if you just have self-discipline in regards to not getting, like, enjoy the ecstasy, enjoy the pleasure, the beauty and everything like that, but not getting lost in it. Let's not go hedonistic. Let's keep things balanced in a way. That's why that self-discipline is, because this can also talk about a lack of direction. So let's not let it knock us off course. We want to utilize everything that's coming in to stay on course with our soul's purpose, our soul's plan, with whatever it is we want to create. And then use it to, like, it's like jump over the moon, and, like, go on this adventure, almost like jump over the moon, but, like, he's going to, like, catch this and then bring this pentacle down into the human, into the real world. Ace of Pentacles, a new beginning, new opportunity, new prosperity, new manifestation. So a beautiful omen for you. But the self-discipline will be part of this, like utilizing all this gorgeous energy that's coming through for you, and like using it well. Channel it. Right, we have Dance with Life. Do something to change your energy. And then, so we've got 3. And I'm going to keep them as, like, a singular pile. So the first was align your life. What is not aligned and needs to change? We also have Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? And then Mirror. Who or what is triggering you? And it's this whole pile. And the reason I'm keeping them as a whole pile is because it feels as if this is the stuff that's truly shifting away, like with this up leveling, with this like this bar rising and this balance coming in, that mirror, the triggers, the needing to, like, nurture, that mothering needing, and then all the stuff that, like, getting yourself into alignment, what needs to change. This all comes as a bundle that is kind of, it's not that stuff like this won't come up in future, but it just feels like this is the stuff that is being left. And part of the self-discipline aspect will come into this. So feeling all of this would be like, oh my God, look, I've been past the baton, I've done so much work, I've got all this sacred knowledge, like, yay me. And then I've also got all this, like, you know, the divine feminine, the high priestess. I've also got this divine feminine, the empress. I'm really feeling it, essential, like all this joy and ecstasy and gorgeousness and knowledge and power. And then there we go, that power element there. Let's not get too tied up in power. So it's ego, because the bar is being raised. And this truly is serving you, and it really will serve your purpose. But all of this, and this is where the discipline will come through, will be not to get lost in it and think that you are holier than thou or better than anybody else. And that discipline will lean into, because the desire and that almost leaning towards those elements can come through from previous triggers, from lack of mothering and nurturing that you required, from things that have not been in alignment or that you have not shifted. Like I said, this is an up-leveling and uprising, and it's beautiful in so many ways for you, and truly is this, the baton is being passed. None of this is all true, but that could very easily, without the self-discipline to not lean into old habits that will go into ego. We want this power to help you rise up so that you can do your soul's purpose and help other people, not to feed into ego so that you're just like, oh, look at me on my throne, I'm amazing. Like, no, that energy is ick, and we're not here for it, and we don't want that. So this is where that self-discipline will be required and really serve you this month. And the more we can lean into that, the more you will turn your chariot the right way up, and then you are steamrolling your way towards that success, and like really, really helping your Ace of Pentacles there. Let's get, oh, you're just breaking the mold. Every other card followed the exact same format, and you're different. So there's that element here of this energy being so different, you being on such a different energetic frequency to piles 1 through 3. And this is that part. Don't lean into ego here. That line can be really, really trickstery and end up being your downfall. Me saying that does not make you superior or better than piles 1 to 3. It's just different. And if you lean into superiority, then you're going to like lean into old things, and what you actually do is diminish these things, so you won't actually serve yourself. So don't do that. We have 33, Arnica, teacher. So the number threes are about creativity and collaborations and growth and connections. And then there's this teacher, and that would make sense with this uprising. You'll get this wisdom to share. Don't gatekeep it. It's to share, but also that element of the teachers, there's the passing the baton. So this teachers, but this you reaching a stage where you are qualified enough, whether that is natural qualifications or just, you know, that bar's being raised and you're hitting this marker where you are able to impart wisdom on other people in a way, like I said, don't gatekeep, that really opens up worlds to them. You offer them so much in that way. And it is about, especially because 3/3s are about groups. So potentially within that, like, you could consider group work, teaching, like, you know, standing up in front of a room full of people and imparting your wisdom. We have hibiscus and joy, and then we also have I can't say it, that one, purpose. So this is all your divine purpose and that soul's mission and stuff. And there's this joy, this sensuality, this divine feminine, like lean into the pleasure, like I said, the joy of all of this, and really, really let it come out. Part of this teaching is you want to be speaking and teaching and sharing joy with the world. Like, spread positivity, spread happiness, spread that, like, use that. There's a lot of passion here, this element here, the divine feminine. So really, really utilize it. You can utilize any of these plant medicines because you're leaning into purpose. And this is the combination here. We've got the masculine and the feminine coming together, weaving together for this magical potion coming through. And this very much, there's this releasing from that the mouth, The wolf in one of my other animal decks is, not this is an animal deck, an animal deck is heart medicine. That's why I'm called heart medicine. And it very much feels like this speaking of heart medicine, this speaking of joy, this sharing, this truth, this purpose, this potion, this medicine that is needed out into the world. That is your purpose. But just don't get tangled up in your own ego. Let's get some final cards for you. Pile 4. Labradorite and Blue Lotus flower, psychic gifts, wise sage awareness and call to action. This will be that high priestess, this downloading. Utilize these as well. Labradorite and Blue Lotus will really help you. So you may just find that there is a full-on opening. Your psychic gifts really may like heighten or come online if you don't already have them. And then we have Mama Cacao and Rhodonite, heart opening, heightened sensitivity, unifying, and high on love. So this is that element of really leaning into the pleasure, the joy, the beauty, and not letting any of this little black stuff, any of those old wounds, any of this pile of things here, calling you back into old egoic ways that will not serve you. If you notice them, the best thing when you notice them come up is to sit with them, be with them, see them and acknowledge them, and like make your peace and like move to really shift them completely, distance yourself from them all the more, take the lessons that are needed, just not into ego. Right, I will leave it there for you, pile 4. Please comment, like, share, subscribe, do all of those things. And if you would like a personalized reading or some energy work or anything like that, my details are in the description box below, and I will see you in the next reading.